Hi everyone, and you are capturing the clocks. You know, of course, today is Mama Peace Mondays. And guess what? I'm an auntie today. I have my niece Tink with me, and we're just going to be discussing a little bit about the COVID-19, the pandemic, and what it means for kids that are now out of school and have to, learn a different type of way. So, what's your name?
I'm Tink.
Tink, yes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Tink is 15.
Yes.
Golly, I remember when this baby came home. I remember her mother being pregnant with her. Now I have a 15-year-old niece that's almost taller than me. Like, look at us sitting on the couch right now. Like, her shoulders are really like higher than mine. It's kind of crazy. But nevertheless, so Tink is in ninth grade, right? Ninth grade. So, that's a big year. You're graduating from middle school, you're going into high school. And high school, believe it or not, people don't realize that it's like really the best days of our lives. Because once we leave out of high school, we are me. And I wish I was done. Like, still in high school, still my mom was taking care of me. I had no worries. And I'm like, you take that for granted because I just told her today, you know what? We're wrong. We should be home living with our parents. Why are we the parents? But nevertheless, here I am, a parent, and here I am with my niece. So, what's the most important thing with you regarding the COVID-19 and being out of school right now?
Okay, so the thing when we been out of school is that we got out of school in the middle of our semesters. Like this week we were back at school, we're taking midterms and all that. But us not being in school, it's really affecting my semester, and I'm more of a visual learner. So working online, it's not like I can't do it because I can do it, but I feel like I would rather be in school working.
Okay. Yeah, I am like a kinesthetic learner, so I actually learn by doing. So, like with videography, I'm not a videographer, but I can also learn. If I see someone else doing it, then I can learn how to do it. I mean, I'm not no makeup artist, but look, hello, I'm learning by doing and seeing someone else doing it. And that was the same way with my mom. My mom was a cosmetologist when I grew up. It was, I mean, that's what she did for a living. Now she's a respiratory therapist. I mean, I could probably see her and do it, but it's not my level of specialty. But because she did it for me as a child, and I was able to braid all the neighborhood hair and do my sister's hair. And thank God I picked up that craft because I have 3 girls. So somebody needs to hear that like every day, every week. So the biggest thing with COVID-19 for me is that I am considered essential personnel, so I don't really have that time off like everyone else does. But luckily, with my job that I'm currently in, because it's still in my chosen career path, I have a little settled down time. So it's actually giving me more time to be home with my kids. As far as like normally, I was always essential, so I was out. So I really didn't necessarily like being out. I really didn't like necessarily not being able to spend time with my kids. So I'm glad. I'm not glad that the pandemic is going on, but I'm glad to see that we are kind of seeing what is most important when it comes down to life, and family is very important. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what else is important to you? And it doesn't really have to be based on COVID-19. Whatever you want to talk about, it's Mama P. Say.
Okay. Well, the break with us getting out of school, all of that, it's like really we getting our family household, we getting a little bit closer. We spend more time together. Like on Sundays, we like even before the break, we used to have like family days or whatever. But now we get to spend more time together, and it's fine. I really like it.
Yeah, I do too. I really like that I'm making all these funny videos. Like at first when I was doing my videos, I was more so like, oh my God, I have to rush, I have to cook dinner, I have to make sure the kids are all right, and then we have to do videos. But now it's like, I mean, I could do a TikTok all throughout the day. Oh, mind you, if you guys haven't already seen, I started a TikTok, and we just did one. Catch me outside. How about that? If y'all didn't see me in my Dr. Phil, that was me. That was me. I had my suit. Learned how to tie a tie tonight. And the audience was women. Do you hear me? There was women. It was lit and live. Do you hear me? I had such a great time with my audience. But yeah, so it was a lot of expertise. Nice nothing down here. But she is really, like, really, really, really the person behind the camera. So she was really trying to make sure it was perfect. And Tick was like a natural. So I'm like, maybe she should be an actor. I don't know. I'm just thinking like maybe she should act or something. All this go away and we could go outside again. Cause like y'all stuck outside. Let us know in the comments. I mean, Virginia just went on lockdown. Well, they didn't say we have a curfew or anything like that, but it's now ordered that we can only go the essential places like grocery store, um, to the doctor's office. If we are essential employees, we have to like now have a pass to go, is from my understanding. And it's really getting crazy out there, but we just got to keep the faith, keep the peace, and realize that at the end of the day, God is God. That's just my point of view. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Ain't no need to be stressing because at the end of the day, that's taking time off our life anyway. Stress, woo, worries, woo, anxiety. Yes, because did y'all check into Mama P's mental health Mondays, mommying and mental health, or was that Sunday? I don't know. It was one of them days. One of them days. And I'm sorry that I didn't catch you guys yesterday for Soul for Sunday conversation. But guess what we did? We actually put a 200-piece Minnie Mouse puzzle together. Do you know how hard it is? First of all, it was me, Daddy Clark, aka Larry, Ari, which it was her Minnie Mouse. Thankful to her godmommy for bringing that over here. And Leia and Jace. Well, Jace was just thumping the yard with it. And then, so that didn't work out very well. But nevertheless, we ended up finally getting together. It was about an hour and a half for that 200-piece puzzle, but it was definitely a challenge. And it was great to actually be able to spend time with the family. Like I said, if you don't get anything out of this, just sit still and watch God work and actually enjoy the time you get to spend with your family. Don't take things for granted, because even with this pandemic not happening outside, we can lose our loved ones. So in the midst of the storm, always remember to create the most memories that you can. I'm the biggest person of memories. I may not have a lot of photos, but I have a lot of memories in my mind about what I've done and things that meant so much to me and I can reflect on. Sometimes they're not so good, sometimes they're bad, but yet and still I thoroughly enjoy it. Creating memories. That's like my kids, I love seeing them laugh. I love seeing them like, Lord Jesus, they crying. What am I do about them crying and things like that. But what else for Mama P's Mondays? What else is important?
I guess I can tell you on the family thing too. Like my little brother, I love being around him. He get on my nerves, and I know I get on his nerves. I'm annoying too, but I love being around him. And like the thing about family is important, because like when he leaves me, I feel so alone. Like yesterday, I was not by myself. I was like, I miss my brother so much, and I know he's going crazy because I'm not there now too.
Yeah, I mean that's really truly how it is, because I'm your mom is my sister, and granted we didn't stay out, we didn't go nowhere for real. My aunt stayed 2 doors down from us. We swapped house from house. We was close knit, so me and my 3 sisters and my 2 cousins, we grew up. We were almost like all of us were sisters. It was 5 sisters and 1 brother, because we all grew up so close together. And I think nowadays, with everything that's going on in the world, we forget all of that stuff. We forget how close it was and how simple it was, and that's why we are capturing the Clarks and we're creating YouTube videos. And just like if you follow our Facebook page, I might post a status here or there, share a little funny video or something like that, because we want to keep you informed. Because I mean, it's hard out here. Me and Larry both work full-time jobs, and we have 4 children, like I said, 2 dogs. And if you think about like all the stuff that we have to do outside of being a family, you want to make sure that the kids know how important it is, how important they are as being a part of your life. And sometimes I think even though we forget how important we are to ourselves, I don't want my kids to ever forget how important they are to me and how much they mean to me. Because, woo, it had me crying for days if anything were to happen to any one of them. But yeah, so I feel like being close knit, being together is important. Like us, for instance, is my niece, of course, but with my grandmother, when my grandmother was alive, like she was like the matriarch of the family. So then we started doing like Sunday dinners to try to make sure we stayed close together. And Like, even if we don't show up to everything, we try to make sure we show up for each other. And I feel like that's something that we can work on during this pandemic. We can't all socialize together because what they say, no more than 10 people, but we can like video chat. We want to, you're not invited to our family group chat. Um, and you're not invited to the sister chat. See, we got to, anyway, that's telling too much of myself. Sorry, mama. But yes, so yes, I just love the idea of being vocal with my family and create memories. Like a game night is a memory. Like eating dinner together is a memory. Before all this stuff went on, we had brunch together. That was a great memory. Like last year, me and Larry, we hosted a lot of things. We had the ugly Christmas sweater party, which I had. That was fun. Because these adults are crazy. Now I feel like I gotta have a venue or something for the next one. Because these kids need some spaces. Like they didn't want to stay down where they were supposed to be at. But you know what I'm saying? We hosted Thanksgiving last year. I mean, last year we didn't even do birthday parties for real. The kids did what they did for their birthdays. And that was it. Like, no, let's travel. Let's do something. And even though, like, my vow to myself was to travel once a month. Every month this year, and of course I can't do too much traveling because a lot of states are on lockdown, but I'm very appreciative for all the memories I get to create in my home, because it's not a house, it's a home, and we create memories in it. What about you, T? You got anything else to add? All right, well, so we can go over to the next topic, because we really talked about COVID-19 and the pandemic and things and stuff like that and how we feel about that. But how do we feel about having someone to confide in? So, some recent events made me feel like I need to take a step back and make sure I'm confidable. Like I'm able to be confided in regards to serious issues. And so, are we approaching our kids the right way? I don't even know how to start. It also goes back to Mama Ying, and this is my niece, so she has a mama, and I'm an aunt. So, like, what would you say would be the best thing or the best resource when you're feeling like you need someone to confide in? What makes you feel comfortable?
I mean, I just like having somebody listen to me. But like when something happens to me, okay, maybe not word this the wrong way. I'm really close with my mom. Mm-hmm. But when something happens, like I go to her TT since like she kind of raised me and I was around her a lot. So I go to her TT and that's like the closest person I can go to talk to anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So me personally, I'm not a vocalist. I'm vocal now, but as a child, I was not vocal at all. So I would write a lot of poetry. I'm gonna put some poetry up for y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all like it later on. But I wrote a lot of poetry. I started writing books. I was more artistic in nature and creative when it came to things, but I was never really vocal. And I felt like later on I found my voice, which is a good thing because you have to have a voice. Um, um, I think my grandmother was like more so a person that I would talk to about things, but even then I didn't really talk. I didn't have nothing to say. I had so much to say, but I didn't, like you said, how you didn't want to say it the wrong way. Like sometimes my stuff come off a little petty, and then sometimes because I am an emotional person by default, then my stuff comes off so much more with my emotions rather than to actually how I feel. So it's like then someone may get defensive or I get defensive in regards to what they're saying because I don't feel like they're taking in actually what I'm saying. So it kind of bothers me. But now I'm elevating and I'm growing into being a woman. So I'm sorry, y'all. This is not the COVID. Just so you know, I have allergies, and it's a lot of pollen laying out there like a blanket outside. I'm sorry, cut that part. But it's a lot of pollen out there laying down like a little blanket. And it's not like how it is when you're cold or hot and you got the AC on and stuff like that. No, it's laying down like a blanket. And then I'm sound like I need something going on. And then even Dallas, he goes outside, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to treat him bad, but baby, don't play in that grass, baby. Don't play. That's how I feel. Like, come on, Dallas, come on, pee, and come on back in the house. So yes, because whoo, child. Y'all worry about COVID. Don't worry about the pollen. I'm sorry. I ain't even trying to be funny. But for real, I couldn't even run. I like running. Y'all see my arms getting a little fat over here, jiggly puff. Like, come on now. But look though, y'all. So I went on my page earlier today, my Facebook page. So remember that we have Capturing the Clarks on Facebook. But I was on my regular page, and my friend Raymond Polk, he's a trainer. So he was actually doing training class, and I was like, Lord, I told him, I said, you should have did this before I got fat. Like, the gym has been closed for like 2-3 weeks now, baby. I can't run outside because it's pollen. So, but no, for real, y'all, I'm sorry too. I really failed on that 14-day challenge or whatever day challenge it was. I got to start over. I have to. See, this is what the quarantine doing, trying to get us fat so we can't run if anything, if anything would have happened. But look, I'm running. I'm about to run. Look, I'm going to run around this house. I'm going to run up and down the stairs if I have to. I don't know. What was I talking about?
Confiding somebody.
Oh, yeah. So, even if you can't confide in someone as a young adult, I can always feel like you can write it down. Like when I was younger when I was pregnant with my oldest, and so I was scared. Oh, I got to tell my mama. And then Miss Mama Know-It-All, she told me she already knew. But I wrote it down and told her in a letter, nice little letter, and all she said was she already knew. I'm like, well, why I have to tell you? I mean, I ain't have to tell her, she already knew. But like, sometimes everybody isn't able to talk. So I would just say, very well much so, check on your kids, their mental health, check in with them, ask them questions, even if they're not questions. Just sit down like you like to listen. Listen. If you want to talk. Some people don't want to talk. Like, you know how we talk about, I don't know if we did it on our segment about the 5 love languages, which hopefully Larry Bootyhead gets up here with me one day so I can talk about marriage. But the 5 love languages, I believe kids have love languages as well. Like my kids, very much so are different, all of them. So I have to know how to love them. And that's so important. Look, I'm wheezy, yeah. But yeah, we have to know how to love our children also. I feel like that's very important. And so their love language, their quality time may be different from us. I know, here go. So this is Leia. You know, Leia has a different love language than Ari, very much so. And it's I have to know how to love her. Like I have to learn how to love Ari, and I have to learn how to love Naya, and I have to learn how to love Jace. Like Ari, I feel like Ari is like a reassuring love. I always have to reassure her. Even though I know she knows, but reassurance is everything to her. Leia is too though, in her own different type of way. And Naya is like, she wants someone to be there. And my schedule kind of made it so I wasn't Leia in between because she don't know who she is right now. She don't know if she the baby. She don't know if she the big girl. She don't know. And then Jace, he just crazy. I'm just trying to find out how to love him the best way I can. But Leia, so we were talking about school and the COVID-19. What's the most important part with you in regards to being out of school? How do you feel about being out of school?
Cause I want to see
You gotta talk or they can hear.
Cause the whole time I never wanted to go to school.
What?
I never wanted to go to school.
Why you didn't want to go to school? School is important. Yeah, right. Like, I got a kid. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you got to know how to love your kids. Because I got one kid that tell me she don't want to be a mom. She just want to be my daughter for the rest of her life. That's it. That's Ari. I don't know. Leia wanted to deliver babies, but then she changed her mind. I don't even know what they want to be when they grow up. But she told me so. If she wanted to deliver babies, that's a doctor. That's a lot of schooling. So So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? She don't even want to go to school. She in first grade, so don't she know? Because I've been doing. I don't know if you guys have catch our episodes of our exercising with the Clarks, and then I actually had Ari doing her ABC recognition and numeric recognition and spelling of her name and things like that. And I'm doing more so reading and math. It's like a math whiz. She's very good at math, even though she's like blah blah blah. She doesn't want to go to school, but she's very good at math. What do you miss most about school, even though you didn't want to go to school?
My friend.
You miss your friends, and what else? I thought you said you miss your teacher.
That was just a teacher.
Oh, okay. What about Miss Taylor?
You gotta love her. I had her. I loved her so much.
Yeah, I like Miss.
I told her about you, and she was talking about who is she. I said I said that's the girl who used to be in your class. Yeah, I had her in 3rd grade. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was 6 years ago. But nevertheless, so we Leia's indecisive. We say she don't know whether she likes school or hates school or don't want to be in school. But hey, you know what? It don't matter because these kids going to the Clock Academy, baby. So even if they don't want to be in regular school, they got an education power hour where they doing what they supposed to do. I don't have them in education every day because we doing it every day, Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Friday, or Sunday through Saturday, whatever, whichever way you want to do it, because they still need time to rest. And then they doing their exercise, they doing art. Like we've been doing art recently where we're painting. I don't know if you guys caught any of those on our Caption the Clark Facebook page, but we've been doing those and things like that. So I mean, we've been doing different things. You got anything you want to say, Leia, that's not crazy? Yeah. What do you love? What do you feel like? What were we talking about? Confiding. If you had to confide in somebody, do you know what confide means? Like if you needed to tell somebody something, what would make you comfortable telling them something? Something. That's what you know.
Like about?
Like if something were to happen or you just want to talk. I know you tell me everything, but what makes you comfortable to tell me everything? It's because I'm your mommy? You don't know?
Oh, well, since we're still on this topic, not my mom on it, okay? Back to when she was like most people don't know how to open up. I know I didn't know how to open up at first either. I don't know how to talk. That's just me. I don't know how to talk at all. But I show a lot of my emotions through my drawing. I just found out I'm a good artist. Like I found out by accident. But like I draw a lot of my emotions down. Sometimes I might even write about it just to get it all out so I don't hold it in, because that's a bad thing to do. Never hold it in.
It's not good. And you know what? A lot of stress will occur and you'll start being a negative person if you start holding it in. And we talked about on Mental Health Mondays, on mental health and mommying, about therapy and different ways that you can reduce your stress level. And I was even talking about exercising and things like that. So it's kind of like crazy that I can't exercise due to the blanket of pollen looking like snow outside, and we can't roll in it though. But yeah, so things that I would find that would eliminate some of my stress and help my mental health. Because remember what I told you on Mommy and Peeing and mental health, that it's not really mental health. It doesn't have to be an illness. It's just your well-being and your wellness. Are you making sure that you're well overall? Because I cannot be the best mom I can be, and they cannot be the best versions of themselves they can be if I'm a crazy mother. Even though I got a pinch of crazy, throw a little pinch in there. I mean, you might throw a whole cup, but sometimes they need a little crazy because they themselves. But yeah. So, Lil, when something happens, would you rather talk about it or write it down? Girl, you be talking. Now you acting like you can't talk. Don't be talking after this video is over. Look, you see this? This is a big baby. This is a big baby. So I guess we're going to conclude this Mama Peeing and Mama P's Mondays. I mean, Leia doesn't really want to talk about anything. She's just a baby, and we're about to play Goodnight Moon. I went to daycare. Thank God for the essential personnel that are out there, and thank God for the daycares that are open, so as parents can still go to work. My babies are in daycare, and so I have Goodnight Moon. Hold on just a second. I don't know if I've read that to you. I know I read Chicka Chicka Boom Boom to you guys on one of our first videos. Do y'all have the the Goodnight Moon game? Where's the Goodnight Moon game? Go get it from upstairs, please. So this is Goodnight Moon, and so it's a good book. I remember reading this as a kid a long time ago, and it's like really crazy because to have that happened so long ago, and now I can see it. And I got it from Leia's book fair. Thank God Leia had her book fair before everything happened and schools were closed, because I really try to make sure I get into the book fair. But when I went to daycare, they also had a Goodnight Moon game that was for 2.5-year-olds to 6-year-olds, but Leia's 7, but it's okay. And so we're gonna play that tonight. I'm also doing a movie night, whether these big kids want to or not, aka my big kid, because my other kid is down here, and then Daddy Clark is upstairs. But remember, I told you he did play the game with us earlier, yesterday. We stayed up. Like, Daddy Clark was really getting into that puzzle. But yeah, I'm looking for Leia to bring the game. I hope they ain't tear that game up. We didn't even get to play the game yet. Anyways, all right, you guys. I think we took up enough of your time. But you know, tomorrow is Twerk It Into Tuesday and Taco Tuesday. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make sure I post a Twerk It video tomorrow for you guys to get up and dance to. Maybe even go live on Facebook. So you guys don't forget your exercise and ways to stay fit during this pandemic and this crisis. We want mental health, we want physical health, and we want emotional health. So if you find a way to confide in whatever way is easier for you, whether it's writing, drawing, talking. If you want, you just say to someone, because sometimes you have to say, because sometimes everybody talk, but they don't listen. So even if it's sometimes that it's like, hey, you guys, I have something to say. Can you listen? I don't need any words. I don't need anything. I just need you to listen. I just need you to be there for me in this time of need right now. And I feel like that is very important, and we can all live by that. So any mamas out there or dads that may have felt the same way growing up, that because we're dealing with a different generation than we were growing up. And it wasn't really, it was, your mama said what to do, and that's what you did. And not that that's a bad thing, because it kept us in line, and things like that. But sometimes now we really have to listen. There's a lot of stuff going on with these kids and their minds. And we have to, I'm sorry, y'all, this nose of mine. Actually have to be present. We can't be missing it this time. They're going through a lot. Let's remember who they are, who they're going to be, because this time period right now is not defining them forever for life. But thank you again, Tink, for joining us on Capturing the Clocks. It's Mama Peace Mondays, and you can stay tuned tomorrow for a new video on Twerking It Into Tuesday and Taco Tuesday, baby. All right. Please subscribe, follow the link below, tell a friend and tell a friend that we'll be back next week with Mama Peace Mondays. Thank you.